Good morning, students. Yesterday we have learned about the center of gravity. Today we will solve some two problems using principle of moments. Okay. The problem number 1 is like this. There is a metal bar of 70 cm long. AB is a metal bar of 70 cm long and has a 4 kg mass. It is supported on two knife edges. K1 and K2 are the two knife edges which are placed at 10 cm from the ends. K1 and K2 are the knife edges which are kept at 10 cm from the each end. A 6 kg load is suspended. A 6 kg load, W1 is the 6 kg load, is suspended at 30 cm from end A. 30 cm from one end, that is end A. Find the reactions at the knife edges. What are these reactions at the knife edges? Assume that bar is of uniform cross section and it is homogeneous. Homogeneous means this is a metal bar having uniform distribution of mass. Look here, it is being a uniform bar of 70 cm length and has a mass of 4 kg. Then its center of gravity will be exactly at its geometrical center, exactly at 35 cm from each end. So G represents the center of gravity. You are asked to calculate what is R1 and R2. Okay. Here K1 and K2 are the knife edges. G is the center of gravity, which will be of entire mass, that is of 6 kg, that is of 4 kg. And then W1 is the additional weight, additional load that is suspended. 6 kg load that is suspended. So you are asked to find out the values of R1 and R2. So it is in equilibrium. The rod is, the metal bar is in equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium. When it is in mechanical equilibrium, we have to apply the conditions of translational equilibrium and rotational equilibrium. Okay. Before applying, let us calculate these distances. AK1 and BK2 are 10 cm each. Here I will write AK1 equal to BK2. This is given 10 cm from the ends. Then AG is equal to BG is equal to 35 cm. 35 cm. Then load is at 6 kg load is suspended at 30 cm from end A. So AP, P is the position of additional load. So AP is 30 cm. So we'll write AP equal to 30 cm. So with respect to center of gravity, PG is equal to 35 minus 30. 35 minus 30 becomes 5 cm. 5 cm. So you can later convert it into meters. Then what is K1G? K1G, K2G, they are also at equal distances. So if it is AG 35 cm and K1 is at 10 cm, so K1G and K2G are also equal. So they should be equal to 25 cm. So I will write here K1G equal to K2G equal to 35 minus 10. That is equal to 25 cm each. 25 cm each. Okay, this is the data required for calculations. Now, applying the condition of translational equilibrium. For translational equilibrium, sum of all the forces must be equal to 0. Look at the forces that are acting. One is R1 which is vertically upward, R2 normal reaction. R1 and R2 are the normal reactions which are acting vertically upward. So we will take them positive. And weight of the entire metal bar is acting at center of gravity which is vertically downwards. So that W is negative. And W1 is also negative because it is also a weight exerted towards the center of the earth. So it is also vertically downwards. So in general we can write R1 plus R2 minus W1 minus W equal to 0. So you can write here R1 and R2 are the normal normal reactions vertically upwards, and W1 and W are the weights vertically downwards. So you are asked to calculate the R1 and R2 using these conditions of translational equilibrium and rotational equilibrium. So first we will write the equation. This implies R1 plus R2 equal to, take this W1 and W other side, it becomes plus W1 plus W. So plus W1 is weight of 6 kg, 6 kg force. So I will write as 6 into acceleration due to gravity plus W, weight of the entire metal rod, 4 kg, 4 into acceleration due to gravity. So it becomes 10 into G, that is 10 into 9.8, it becomes 98 Newton. Thus you can write R1 plus R2, sum of the reaction forces is equal to 98 Newton. All this equation 1. In the same way we can apply the condition of rotational equilibrium. So for the rotational equilibrium, the net torque acting at the center of gravity must be equal to 0. Look at the torques. The reaction, upward reaction R1 tends to rotate in the clockwise sense. So R1 into K1G, R1 into K1G gives you clockwise torque. Similarly, R2, look at this. R2 is the normal reaction in the vertical direction. So R2 into K2G. So this tends to rotate in the anti-clockwise sense, right? In addition to this, there is one more weight, that is 6 kg weight, W1. W1 is 6 kg weight. So that is also tending to rotate in the anti-clockwise sense about this center of gravity. Tending to rotate in the anti-clockwise sense. So there are two anti-clockwise sense torques and there is one clockwise sense torque. So by sign conventions, clockwise torque must be taken negative, anti-clockwise torques must be taken positive. Okay, with that convention we will write the equation for the rotational equilibrium. So for rotational equilibrium, again refer the diagram. Minus R1 into K1G. You have to refer the diagram. K1G. This is the moment due to the reaction R1, which is in the clockwise sense. Therefore, it is negative. Force into perpendicular distance from the center of gravity. Plus, now both of them remaining are positive. Plus R2 into K2G. R2 into K2G plus W1 into PG. W1 into PG. Where P is the point at which the external load of 6 kg is suspended. So W1 is 6 kg. This must be equal to 0. Sum of all these moments must be equal to 0. So you can write R1 K1G anti-clockwise. Okay. Anti-clockwise moments are taken positive. Clockwise moments taken negative. Now simplify this. Now K1G and K2G are equal. So substitute the values. So R1, we don't know what is the particular value of R1 and we don't know what is the value of R2. So we'll write minus R1 into K1G. K1G I have written here. K1G equal to K2G equal to 25 centimeters. So we can write K1G into 0.25 meter. Converting it into meter, it becomes 0.25 meter. R1 into 0.25 meter plus R2 into K2G, that is also 0.25 meter. K2G, that is also 0.25 centimeter, that is 0.25 meter. Plus W1, we know W1, it is 6 kg force. So 6 kg into acceleration due to gravity, that is 9.8 into PG. PG is 5 centimeter. PG is 5 centimeter. So I have written here PG 5 centimeter. So that can be written as 0.05 meter. 5 centimeter can be written as 0.05 meter. That's equal to 0. Now, if you take this to the right hand side, so this will become negative. So I will readjust this. 0.25 into R1 minus R2 equal to, when you take it on the other side negative and then cancelling the negative sign, so it becomes 6 into 9.8 into 0.05. Then we will get the equation in R1 minus R2. Therefore, R1 minus R2 equal to, you can just 6 5s are, you can just see 6 5s are 30, so it becomes 0.3. So this can be written as 0.3 into 9.8. 0.3 into 9.8. So 3 8s are 24, carry 2. Then 3 9s are 27. 27 plus 2, 29. So it becomes 2.94. So R1 minus R2 is 2.94. So R1 plus R2 we got, R1 minus R2 we got. So with the help of which we can calculate what is the value of the reactions R1 and R2. So R1 minus R2 is equal to 0.3 into 9.8 whole divided by 0.25. So divided by 0.25. So if you simplify this, 295 divided by 25. So if you multiply both sides by 4, so it comes out to be 11.76 Newton. 11.76 Newton. Multiplying denominator and numerator by 4 each. So denominator if you multiply by 4, it becomes 1. So if you multiply the numerator by 4, it comes out to be 4 4s are 16, carry 1, 4 9s are 36 plus 1 37, carry 3, 4 2s are 8 plus 3 11.76. So R1 minus R2 is 11.76. And from equation 1, we got R1 plus R2 equal to 98 from equation 1. So this you can call it as equation 2. So solving for equation 1 and 2 simultaneously. So if you add them, R1 R2 cancels. Adding these R1 R2 cancels. Therefore, you are left with 2R1 is equal to, add this, 8 plus 1 9, 9 plus 1 10, 109.76 Newton. Therefore, R1 is equal to 109.76 divided by 2. 2 5s are 2 5s are 10, 2 4s are 9, 2 4s are 8, 1 remains, 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 16. So 54.88 Newton, almost 55 Newton. So once you get R1, now substitute this R1, equation number 3, in equation number 1. We will get the equation for R2. Therefore, from equation 1, R2 equal to 98 minus R1. R2 equal to 98 minus R1. So R1 is 54.88. So if you calculate this, 0.2, 1, 8 minus 5, 3, then 9 minus 4, 5, 9 minus 5, 8 minus 5, 3, 9 minus 5, 4, 43.12 Newton. So this is how we calculate the reaction force. So you can write R1 is almost equal to 55 Newton, R2 is almost equal to 43 Newton. So these are the reaction forces which are balancing, which are keeping the entire rod in equilibrium, right? In equilibrium. So we have applied the condition of translational equilibrium and rotational equilibrium to get the values of these normal reactions. Okay, let us solve similar problem. One more similar problem. Okay, second problem. A car weighs 1800 kg. This is a car. This is the front wheel of the car and this is the back wheel of the car. Okay, it weighs 1800 kilogram. The distance between its front and back axles, is 1.8 meter. This is given 1.8 meter, and the center of gravity of the car is 1.05 meter from the front wheel. If this is the front wheel, so center of gravity is at 1.05 meter from the front wheel, behind the front axle. This is behind the front axle. Determine the force exerted by the level ground. Determine the force exerted by the level ground on each front wheel and on each back wheel. What is this reaction force exerted by the level ground on each front wheel and on each back wheel? So imagine that this is the car and this is the steering, right? Then you will get the idea. So this is the front wheel, right? Steering, right? Okay, now you got the idea, right? Now, so I will draw a simple diagram, just a schematic diagram. So this is again the distance between two axes, 1.8, and the center of gravity is at 1.05. This is the G, 1.05 meter from front wheel. This will take it as front wheel, this will take it as back wheel, F wheel, right? Then the reaction force is vertically upward. This I am calling it as RF, reaction force on the front wheel, and this I am calling it as RB, reaction force on the back wheel from the level ground. And at the center of gravity, we have to show the weight of the car, that is 1800 into acceleration due to gravity, right? So look at this. Again, we have to apply the conditions of translation equilibrium and rotational equilibrium, because the car is at equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium. So first we will apply the condition of the translation equilibrium. So before that, you can just write what are these values. Fg. So let first we will write mass of the car 1800 kg. Weight of the car, that is equal to W, that is W at center of gravity, G is equal to 1800 into 9.8, that is 1800 into G. That gives us the total weight 17640 Newton. 17640 Newton. When you multiply this, you will get this result. Now, Fg, first we will write. This is given. Center of gravity from the front wheel. It is 1.05 meter. This is given. Therefore, what will be GB? GB is equal to total length between the axles, between the front and back axles. What is the total distance? Total distance is 1.8. 1.8 meter is given here. Okay. 1.8 meter minus 1.05. So this comes to be 0.75 meter. That is 75 centimeter. 0.75 meter. So these are helpful for calculations. Now, condition of translational equilibrium. So net force acting on the body must be equal to 0. Equilibrium. Look at this. Again, the reaction forces are vertically upwards. We will take those reaction forces as positive. RF plus RB, and weight at the center of gravity is vertically downwards. So this must be equal to 0. Therefore, this implies RF plus RB equal to weight of the car, that is m into g, which I have already calculated. Therefore, we get result RF plus RB equal to 17640 Newton. That is 1800 into 9.8. It gives us 17640 Newton. Call this equation number 1. Now apply the conditions of rotational equilibrium. Condition of rotational equilibrium. The total moments about the center of gravity must be 0. See here, the normal force RF multiplied by this perpendicular distance tend to rotate in the clockwise sense, so that should be taken negative. And this normal force at back wheel vertically upwards, so that multiplied by this distance, which is 0.75 meter. So this must be acting in the anti-clockwise sense. So this is acting clockwise sense, and this one 0.75 meter into RB is acting in the anti-clockwise sense. So RF into 1.05 about center of gravity must be taken negative. So I will write as RF into 1.05 minus because it is clockwise, plus this should be taken positive because it is anti-clockwise, right? So anti-clockwise, that is RB into 0.75 must be equal to 0. The moment about the center of gravity itself is 0. Moment calculated about the center of gravity, because about the center of gravity due to the weight, about the center of gravity due to the weight becomes 0 because the distance between the center of gravity and the weight is 0. Therefore, only two moments are active, only two torques are active. Now simplify this. After simplification, you get RB into 0.75 is equal to RF into 1.05. Now this has to be simplified. So from this we can substitute what is the value of RB. So RB into 0.75, yes, we get it. Then let us take RB by RF. What is RB by RF? Ratio RB by RF. Simple to calculate. RB by RF is equal to 1.05 divided by 0.75. So this comes out to be 105 divided by 75. So if you simplify this, 15 5s are 15 7s are. Yes, 7 by 5. 7 by 5 if you calculate, it comes out to be 1.4. Therefore, RB equal to 1.4 times RF. This value you can substitute in the equation number 1. So you can call this one as equation number 2. Relation between RB and RF. So substituting this RB in equation number 1, we will get the result for RB. Right? Now substituting RB value, that is 1.4 RF in equation number 1. RF plus RB equal to 17640, got it as equation number 1. So it becomes RF plus 1.4, RF is equal to 17640. Now therefore RF is equal to 1.4 plus 1, it becomes 2.4. 17640 divided by 2.4. So if you simplify this, it comes out to be 7,350. 7,350 Newton. So this is the total reaction force on the front wheels. So using this we can calculate what is RB. Therefore RB, using this equation, RB equal to 1.4 times RF, or you can just calculate RB equal to 17640 minus RF, 1.17640 minus 7350 minus 7350. If you simplify this, it comes out to be 0. It's 14 minus 5, 9, carry 1, 6 minus 4, 2, 7 minus 3, 4, 7 minus 7, 0, 7 minus 7, 0, so it comes out to be 10290 Newton. This is total reaction force on the back wheels. Total reaction force on the back wheels. Naturally, total reaction force on the back wheels will be more because the center of gravity is close to the back wheels. So reaction force will be more. Now, what is the reaction force on each wheel? There will be two wheels. Let us assume front wheels and back wheels. Front, of course, two wheels will be there. Back wheels also, let us assume only 2 wheels are there. For cars, for a car it will be always two wheels, 2 front wheels and 2 back wheels. So reaction force on each front wheel is equal to 7350 RF divided by 2. RF divided by 2, that's equal to 7350 divided by 2. So if you simplify this, it comes out to be 2 3s are 6, 1 remains, 2 6s are 12, 1 remains, 2 7s are 14, 1 remains, 2 5s are 10. So this is the total reaction force on each front wheel. Similarly, total reaction force on each back wheel. On each back wheel, it becomes RB by 2. RB we got 10,290 divided by 2. So this comes out to be 2 5s are 2 1s are 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 5,145 Newton and 3,675 Newton. This is reaction force on front wheel. Reaction force on each back wheel is 5,145. So this is how you need to calculate for problems on principle of moments and center of gravity. So refer different books and different problems from the internet. Please solve them. Thank you. Have a nice day.